Good afternoon. My name is Krisha. Welcome to the Mango Grove. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. What about Bitcoin? Well, all the major supports that we have underneath us, supports that we need to look out for, and whether or not Bitcoin is bearish on the macro time frame. That's right, macro. Are we heading into bearish territory, or are we already there? What is Bitcoin doing? What do we expect from this market? Where could we possibly see a bounce? And at what point do we say, okay, enough? Bear market. If this is something that you're interested in, stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. This is Krisha here, and I'm just going to give you, well, the important major levels that I am looking at personally. Now, the question is Bitcoin bullish or is Bitcoin bearish? Well, honestly, you just got to look at the chart, zoom out, look at the chart. On the intermediate time frame, Bitcoin is bearish. It is bearish. I am looking for shorts at this given point in time. Am I shorting this level right here? No, I'm not. I think we are on support. So getting into support, let me tell you what levels I am looking at right now. Now, the way I draw my support, well, I look at historic price action, right? I'll kind of zoom out, look at historic price action, and look at how Bitcoin has reacted on certain levels. Now, these are the three major levels that I came up with, right? And I didn't come up with it, but you know what I mean. This is what I've derived from Bitcoin's historic price action. So I am essentially looking at, well, the level that we're on right now, which is the 7.3K level. The second one I'm looking at is 6.8K, and the third one is 6.2K. So we have 7.3, 6.8, and 6.2K. Now, note that we have not even broken the 7.3K level yet. Okay, we are still in that zone right now. That's where we're hovering. Now, I have these are the major supports that I have derived, like I said, from Bitcoin's historic price action. Now, the way I want to look at it is that I want to see if there's confluence with any of these levels. Are there any other sort of EMAs or MAs coming down to these levels, maybe strengthening the support underneath us? Now, for the 7.3K level, I noticed that this is actually in line with the bottom of the descending channel, the much larger descending channel that I mentioned in one of my previous videos. Now, in my previous video, I will include a link above so you know what it is that I am talking about. But I had mentioned, well, everyone was looking at this nice big beautiful descending triangle that Bitcoin was drawing out on the high time frame. Let's just go on over and pan onto our daily time frame. So yeah, that was the descending channel, right, that everyone was looking at, and people were expecting it to break down, which it did. A descending triangle is bearish in structure. It is a bearish pattern, the descending triangle. So now if you kind of look at the break, if you kind of do the measured move of the descending triangle, you'll notice that, well, the measured move points all the way down to about 5.1K to 4.9K. Now it depends on how you take it, whether you take the wicks, whether you don't only take the candle body closes, so it depends on how you draw it, but it's around that range. It's a tight range, so I mean, I'm not going to be too picky with so yeah, we have that. Now, I said that, okay, fine, if Bitcoin breaks down, which it did, if it does not meet its measured move, chances are it has morphed into a different pattern. And the pattern that I highlighted here for you guys was, well, the descending channel. I said the chances are that Bitcoin likely morphed into a descending channel. And if you notice, guys, this level that we're hovering on right now, the 7.3K region, is the bottom of this descending channel. Now, that is one confluence on the 7.3K level. Is there any other confluence that we have on that level? Let's see. I know I noted this down. Okay, there we go. We also have on this level, guys, we have the 4-day 200 MA. There is the 4-day 200 MA, which is smack here at this 4.3K region. Do you see that? If you notice, guys, price is at the 4-day 200 moving average. Now, I believe we did close a candle today. We did. And did we close over or under the 200 MA on the 4-day chart? We closed over, right? So let me just kind of be completely certain about this. So the MA was at 7,452. Price closed at 7,470. So yes, price did close but price did close fairly over the 4-day 200 MA, and we are kind of hovering on that level right now. So that's the confluence that we have on the 7.3k region. Now if we do lose that, what is the next level I'm looking at? Well, I am looking at the 6.8k region. Now what is there any other confluence on that level? So let's go on. Like I said, I've done my analysis and this is what I have found. Right? I'm just gonna kind of bring up my text. So yeah, I noticed that, well, this was the measured move of the head and shoulders. In my video from yesterday, once again, I will include a link above, so make sure to check that out. In my video from yesterday, I mentioned that there was a bearish head and shoulders playing out on some of the higher time frames. It can be caught on some of the higher time frames. So this was the bearish head and shoulders that I was looking at. Right, so this is the neckline right here. I'm just gonna make that yellow so it's kind of color coordinated. But yeah, so that's the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And I said, guys, if we break, which was really funny yesterday because I said, well, let's assume that we break today. And it was funny that, well, shit, we actually did break yesterday, like shortly after I published the video. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, coming back on topic. So if you take the measured move of this bearish head and shoulders and you kind of just put it down on the break. By the way, guys, I take the wicks when I look at patterns. I do count the wicks in. Anyways, you take that measured move, it points all the way down to the 6.8k region. There we go. Right? So that's what I have over there for you. So I think there's confluence with that level as well. And like I said, that level that I have drawn there, it's 6,816. It is a historic level. This is one of Bitcoin's historic supports on the higher time frames. This is not stuff I'm just coming up with just through patterns. No, not at all. Patterns is always second fiddle for me. Horizontals, always first, always first. I give that like top precedent. So anyways, that is also the measured move of the bearish head and shoulders that we have here. And this is the 6.8k level. Now, what else do we have there? I said this is also the 2-day 200 MA. So let's go on, put on that chart. All right, and there it is. So it's not like exactly smack on the line, but it doesn't have to be smack on the line. As long as it's within that range, we're good to go. So that is, notice that that's about, it's 1.37%, guys. Like, it could very well trudge up there, or it could even hover there. We could even wick down to the 200 MA and only to close back over. But my point is that it is within that range. It is very, 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 very close. So that is also, I would say that zone, the 6.8k region is also the 2-day 200 moving average. All right, so what else? What else other than, well, the measured move and the 200 MA on the 2-day, sorry. We have the 2-week 55 EMA. Now, I know Sean does not use 2-week. However, I do use 2-week. I use the 2-week time frame just to kind of get my horizontals in place. I like looking at as many high time frames as possible. So I do use the 2-week. And if you go on to the 2-week and you go on to the mango ribbon, right? By the way, for those of you who don't have the mango ribbon, just shoot me a PM on Telegram and I can grant you access to it. Either shoot me a PM or you can shoot Sean a PM, no problem. So yeah, this is the mango ribbon and that is the 55 EMA right here. And I believe that's smack where the 200 MA is at on the 2-day. Right. So we have that there too. Confluence galore, guys. All right, and what else other than the 2-week 55 EMA? Well, we have, drum roll please, 1 month 21 EMA sitting at that 6.8k level. All right, do you see that? That is the 21 EMA on the monthly chart. That is the 21 EMA on the monthly chart, guys. I cannot stress this enough. This is how important the 6.8k level is. Okay, this is also one of the major horizontal supports. Does that mean I'm super bullish right now? No, absolutely not. We still live under the weekly 21 EMA, and until we get back up, I will not be looking at any serious longs in terms of trading ranges at least. I am building a long-term position, but that's as much as I am doing right now. Full disclosure, I am trading alts right now. Are you guys shocked? I mean, just look at the way the alts have been reacting to Bitcoin's dump. This is insane, and Sean and I were actually discussing this just this morning because there's a lot of fear out there, and you know what, I'll be lying if I say that, you know, there's no fear inside me. No, absolutely not. I mean, I'm a human being as well, and when I see moves like this, and especially when, I kid you not, guys, I hit publish yesterday, come back to the computer, and I see it drop. Like, when you see that kind of price action happen in front of your eyes, and you can see stuff just flashing, it's scary sometimes, okay? And I too, I get scared in spite of, well, all the trades that I have taken. It is freaking scary still. But Sean and I, we started talking and we're like, okay, what's happening here? Are we still in a bull market? Yes, I would like to believe so, at least until we break the 6.8K level. I would say that, well, we are no longer in a bull market, but we need to break that 6.8K level. Now, that level is not going to keep dropping. Why do I say that? Because while we have not had as many, let me just clear my chart for you. While we have not had as many freaking months, we've had 4 months, guys, 4 months of downward price action. We've had 4 months of just like continuous trudge downwards for BTC in a supposed bull market, right? But during Bitcoin's bull market, we never saw that. We never saw that, not once. Maybe we had 2 consecutive months of maybe downward price action, but nothing like this, nothing at this magnitude. However, that being said, we never even had anything as parabolic as this. So, I mean, there are 2 ways to look at this. Now, I noticed that if you kind of just have to compare the previous cycle to this cycle, we did come down, maybe even graze that 21 EMA only to kind of trudge back up, moving forward, moving higher in Bitcoin's historic price action in its previous bull market. So I'm willing to give it a chance here. I'm not taking any long range trades. I am looking for the short. I'm looking for the short side right now. But yeah, another thing that I noticed, I mentioned alts. Look at the way alts are reacting. And then that's what got me thinking. I'm like, okay, when Bitcoin had its dump in this region right here from the 20K all the way down to, I believe, what was this, about 6K. I mean, that was a 50% drop, which is what we did right now, guys. I think this was a 50, I think I already did this, right? It was about a 46, 47% dump from the 14K level. So when Bitcoin did something similar in this region right here from its drop from 20K, if you remember, alts did run. Right after Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was trudging down from 20K, alts began to run during that time, right? It had one final leg up until everything just kind of went into like a depression. Everything just went into like this downward trend, Bitcoin including alts. So that was that one final run. And so I'm like, okay, well, what if that's happening right now? Well, you know what, guys? We don't know. It's always if this, then that, if this, then that. And this is all I can give you right now. Should we be bullish? No, I don't think we should be bullish. Bitcoin is under the weekly 21 EMA, and until it takes that back, sentiment is leaning bearish right now. These are the levels that we have in front of us. These are the levels that I am looking at right now. Sorry, my scales are like super messed up. But yeah, these are the levels that I am looking at right now. Let me clear that chart for you. I'm looking at this descending channel right here. I am looking for Bitcoin to maintain that. If it does not, I'm taking I'm taking a short to the downside. And these are the levels I'm looking at. So we have the 7.3K. You can write this down. I have it over here. You can kind of double check it with your charts. Pull up your EMAs, pull up your cloud, pull it all up. Do the measured moves for all these patterns that I am showing you. But yeah, this is the pattern that we have. This is the pattern that I'm looking at. I'm saying that this descending triangle may have very well morphed into a descending channel. However, if the triangle plays out, the measured move for that descending triangle is all the way at 5.1 to 4.9K region. Okay, now that is also a major historic horizontal support, so bear that in mind. However, if we don't break that, it may have very well morphed into a descending channel, and we are currently at the bottom of the descending channel at the 7.3K region, which is also in line with the 4-day 200 moving average. Now, if we break that, the next most immediate line of support is at 6.8K. Now, 6.8K is, well, the measured move of the bearish head and shoulders that I showed you guys yesterday, as well as the 2-day 200 moving average, the 2-week 55 exponential moving average, as well as more importantly above everything else, the 1-month 21 EMA. Breaking this, if we break 6.8K, this girl is turning bearish. I'm turning bearish. I do not want to see Bitcoin actually playing out the measured move for that descending triangle. That will be brutal. That will freaking be brutal. But yeah, this is if we break 6.8K, which I hope we don't, I feel like that's kind of last resort for me. 6.2K is our next line of support, and 6.2K we get into this really high volatility zone. This is where I look at volatility. I'll look at how price has kind of reacted in that range, right? So we had this range right here, and this range right here. So this is between the 6.2k all the way to the 5.1k level. And if you just zoom out to see how Bitcoin has reacted within that range, you'll notice that there was a lot of volatility throughout Bitcoin's price history. I would expect a very, very quick descend down to the 5k region if we do break 6.2k. Now, this is all I have for you today. These are the levels I'm looking at. Remember, 7.3k, 6.8k, and 6.2k. Right now, we are very much still in that descending channel. We are at the bottom of the descending channel. We could very well bounce up, but we could also break to the downside. Bitcoin on the intermediate time frame is super, super bearish. Hell, it could even be bear. You could even look at it as bearish on the high time frames. So this is all I have for you today. And yeah, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Remember, always if this, then that, if this, then that. You can make money on either side of the market. We're not here to tell Bitcoin what to do. We just let Bitcoin tell us what it wants to do, and we take that side. Simple. We play the volatility. Keep it simple, guys. Ciao.